So I'm getting out of school yesterday at like 2 p.m. Just like everybody else, I'm in the mood for a burrito. So I go to Qdoba. They're the best. So I go to Qdoba, and right away you can tell that the kid making my food is new. Because like every time I ask him to do something, he like looks at his boss and his boss looks at him so clearly he's training. So I'm like, whatever. So then he folds my burrito wrong. Like, I can just tell him, like, he's not doing this right. So I get my food, and I go to sit down to eat real quick, and it's just wrong. Like, before I even started, I knew I was in trouble. Like, it was just so, it was so messy. I couldn't do anything about it. So, like, I'm trying to eat it, but at one point I'm, like, trying to eat it with my hands, and it's all falling apart. Like, my life flashes before my eyes. Like, I can't control it. So I'm eating it, and I realize that I'm not getting out of this one. Like, I'm not gonna be doing this one gracefully. So, instead of doing the right thing and, calmly trying to take a bite, I try to finish it all at once. Like, I panic, and I'm like, trying to end this situation as quickly as possible. And I've got like 4 feet of tortilla here, because it's Qdoba. They're fucking tortillas. Like, they're huge. Like, Qdoba tortillas are a unit of measurement. Like Richard Dreyfuss's character in Jaws was like, we got a shark here with a set of jaws the size of a Qdoba tortilla. Like, they're fucking huge. They're not playing around with those things. So, I got way too much tortilla going on. It's like everything is all over the place, and I make it so much worse for myself because, of course, I'm looking around, like, embarrassed, like, seeing if anyone's watching this abomination, and nobody is. This was in Menominee Falls, so everyone was, like, really polite. But one person was looking at me, and this person was probably between a year and 18 months old. And this kid is just looking at me exactly like this. For a minute. And so, what's bad about that is, like, this child's sensory organs, like, aren't fully developed yet. Like, this child gets overstimulated by living. Like, this child is like, yeah, I exist, like, it's a baby. And I'm 30 feet away. And in this public place with, it, like, so many people were there. It was after school or whatever. Like, I am the most interesting thing. Me eating is the most interesting thing to this child who was surrounded by people. Like, I was not. I mean, there were at least, like, 4 people between us. So, I'm, like, really embarrassed. And then, I'm still having a really hard time eating my food. And I'm watching this baby. Like, I keep, like, looking back at the baby embarrassed, So, it's like, clearly I'm simple. Like, I'm just this simpleton. Like, everyone there is wondering, like, where my caretaker is, So, like, I clumsily finish eating. Like, my hands are, like, just, it's horrible. It's horrible. So, I leave. And, I think that I finally encountered, like, the worst, Like, I think, like, the worst part is over. I'm finally free. Well, I get home later, and I take a shower after all this, and I notice that there's hot sauce somehow on my ankle, which it was October 5th, I was wearing pants. I'm 5'3". My ankle wasn't exposed whatsoever. I don't know how the fuck I did that. So, I mean, that was my tragedy for the day.